Well, the 2024 edition of the Free State Investment Conference will be held under the theme Harnessing Partnerships and Stimulating Growth and Development Through Investments. So Sakina, as we've been saying, is at the Centenary complex at the University of the Free State. Let's cross to her now to find out more. SK, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Leanne, and of course coming to you from the capital city of the Free State. And I must tell you, it is a chilly morning in Bloemfontein, contrary to what we left out in Joburg. But, you know, it's all in good spirits. We're here at the University of the Free State at the main campus, and we're here for the second installment of the Free State Investment Conference. So this is an interactive conference, and it's meant to bring together all stakeholders, whether it's government, whether it's financiers, funding institutions, also investors looking to invest, whether they're local or international. And of course, we're going to talk to some of the people who are actually here to showcase what they have on offer here in the Free State. And just looking at some of these statistics, you know, the Free State unemployment rate, of course, sitting at around 31.1%, and not too different from what the average is in the country overall, but it is, of course, unacceptably high. And you will be told, reading through some of the literature, you know, some of the issues that have contributed to this would be things like COVID-19 and, of course, the load shedding crisis that has led and crippled some of these industries. But to tell us more about this, you know, I'm joined by the Premier here in the Free State, Mr. Mxolisi Dukwana. Mr. Premier, thanks so much for your time. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you for having me.
So perhaps you can start by just giving us an outline of the vision for this investment conference. It is, of course, the second edition.
No, it started when we came in government in February, and looking back at what has been happening, we realized that we've not been doing much in terms of attracting investment, especially the local investors, into the province. And we're actually following to the trend of what has been happening throughout, when we still had 4 provinces in the country, and Free State was just a hidden treasure, and there was the intention of industrialization in the province, and we felt that we were just doing that also as a province, and hence we decided that we need to do something. We're looking at, for instance, the energy security, considering the fact that we've got so much of the energy mix that we want in the country. We're speaking about uranium, we have it. We're speaking about the sun radiation. We've got a higher one, especially in the Harib region, for solar plants, etc. In the renewable energy. You're speaking about gas. We have this. We thought that let's use this opportunity to attract investors in this sector, as well as in the agricultural sector. We've been producing a lot, but we're not processing in the province. And so we're taking our produce to other provinces and coming back as a complete project, and that is a problem that we're dealing with. And then, of course, water is very important. Water security is very key to us. You will see that in the province we've got about 3 dams. All of these dams were planned to help the economy in Gauteng, the industrialization process, as well as the mining in Mpumalanga. It was not looking at the province as a growth point. So we want to change all that.
So, Premier, in the first edition, in terms of pledges, how much was pledged as investment in the Free State, and how much of that has actually been realized?
No, it was more in the renewable energy, and we have seen the development along Tokologo, Dealsville, also in the Machabeng area, where we would actually be building an infrastructure in the energy sector, you know, renewable energy, almost 600 megawatts, as well as in the Harib, and that has been those that were promising. But also in the mining sector, we thought that mining was in a decline. but only to find that there are other areas along the Velkom area as well as the Henneman area. So we're looking at that, and mostly also in agriculture.
It's obviously not going to be an easy task to convince investors, given some of the constraints that we have, most notably the energy supply. You know, you talk about the industrialization of the province. How are you going to achieve that with no energy? How are you going to convince the mining investors that, you know, they should actually invest when you cannot actually guarantee energy supply? And that goes for everything else. So it's going to be a tough sell. How do you plan on overcoming that?
That is why our focus has been on energy security, and we believe that that is where you need to start. Renewable energy, we are under no illusion that only if you're speaking of solar and wind, you need also to have a base load that is very reliable. In this case, we've got gas, and that is what we want to use to really change the landscape in the sector.
Just finally, how much are you hoping to actually have invested or gather in terms of investment here today?
Yeah, we're looking at, like the last time, there were pledges amounting almost to 2.8 billion, but nothing came into, fruition. And this time we intend raising the bar higher and pushing. The problem has also been on leadership in our municipalities, in the province, and we have not been setting the right tone. And governance plays a very key role in attracting investment, and also how serious you are in terms of following up and making sure that there's some agency put in the implementation. It should not take a year or 2 years before we have anything tangible happening, and that is what we really hoping to do, setting the tone and the leadership.